information on and discuss. I know in the past, and I don't remember exactly where, but I remember seeing some information on the planning commissions. It's like a website where the agenda was posted and information. I know the city has a little bit of information, but it seems like that the Greater Lowndes Planning Commission has just disappeared from the internet. What is there a fix to that issue, or something that, or some way we can address that?
We back when we were actually funding staff for the regional commission, they maintained that website. As of July of this year, when that no longer was the case and we had to assume those responsibilities ourselves, is when that website was no longer maintained. We have the agendas, we have the minutes. Staff is just not maintaining the website. We kind of committed with Matt to share some of the responsibilities between the Planning Commission and the Zoning Board. With Matt doing agendas and minutes for the Zoning Board, and Carmela and myself doing responsibilities for the Planning Commission, facilities, etc. So we have not continued that service. It was maintained next door, and they maintained it for a little while for, generously for free, and then that ended July of this year.
Okay. All right, we'll have to work on that issue from other avenues. There's also, of course, as far as the agenda items go, there are some folks that have some public interest that would like to know what some of the agenda items are ahead of time. Can they possibly contact you, get up on an email that you could send out the agenda through email contact?
We discussed it with I'm not sure about Matt, I can't speak for Matt, but we discussed it with our county leadership about how to release that information. So far, we've been following through the open records request. And that's our avenue currently, is to be funneled through there. And so that's what we.
But that was in the newspaper as well.
We do. We posted in the newspaper. Ms. Carmela makes an effort to try to get it advertised before the Planning Commission meeting. This month she had it advertised before the work session. Mm-hmm. But as far as putting an email list together to distribute that once a month, this is not something that
we're prepared to do at this time.
It's just, I think that to be prepared to do it, we could. It's just, getting county leadership to say, yes, let's do that consistently is a different story.
Will it cost us any more, or is it just a matter of staff getting the website up and going? Because couldn't that be a link from the county website or the city website where people could just click on it like they do other departments?
The city is in the process of posting those items for the Zoning Board of Appeals on the city's website. Since we're the keepers of the ZBA and the county staff is the keepers of the Planning Commission. So we're posting that. In terms of email distribution lists for the city agenda items for the Planning Commission, we do make those available by email. We send them out routinely to the elected officials, of course to you folks, and also staff, and to the applicants. And occasionally we have an applicant request us to also email it to a co-worker or a colleague of theirs, and we do that. Typically, if we get a request for an item, we can email it out. The email gives us a record of who we sent it to, but we do not make that available until after the work session. So once you receive the packet, then it becomes public information, and then we can distribute as needed. We do not maintain an active mailing list for email of your agenda items. It's there are lengthy files, several megabytes each, so we don't want to clog up our network and the email with that. But it's, if people get to where they routinely ask us for some items, then we might consider doing that.
Well, I was thinking there was just a general descriptive section where they could link from the county or the city or either one of those sites, just describing to the citizens who we are and what we do. If they want specific information, it could be contact information of one of you two, and to say, contact this if you want those specific items, and then that could fall under the open record.
There is general information about the Planning Commission, listing who you are, what you do, that kind of thing, that is already active on the city's website, on our boards and commissions page. so every time there's a change of appointment, we have to change name there. So that information's already there in a very general sense, but it's nothing specific to your agenda items.
Okay, I think it's probably something that's going to merit some more discussion, and it might, sounds like it's probably as much as anything a budgeting issue that may need to be addressed, and so it's something that we'll continue to work on. But I feel like that the county commission and the public needs some avenue that they can come or go to and look at to get at least information as far as when they come to the meetings. Same information that we offer to them at the podium, but it's when they come through the door. There may be some issues in some cases where they would need an agenda ahead of time. The agenda is provided for city council, it's provided for county commissioners, and so I personally don't see why it can't be provided for the planning commission as well. So it's something that we'll just have to work on, but we will work on that to try to make that a little bit easier document to obtain.
Mr. Chairman, may need to come as a formal request from the planning commission to the member governments requesting that on the websites.
But it's something we will work on.
Okay. All right, any other items?
I just had a question, maybe something for one of our work sessions.